Hello, this is World University and Schools news and question and answer on Monday, March 21st, 2022. And I'm going to turn down the Grateful Dead from 1972 and share some news as we wait to see who and from where might join us here in this open conversation on Monday at 10 a.m. in the San Francisco Bay Area for World University and Schools news and question and answer. So I'm going to, not seeing anyone yet seeking to join, asking, for example, how to potentially matriculate for free degrees, studying something like cc4ocw.mit.edu into maybe a new platform that could emerge from CC4 Creative Commons 4 licensed, which says share, adapt, non-commercially. CS, computer science first with Google, for example, in a new course they've created for learning the Scratch programming language, which is very engaging. So news, let's see. The first item is how to matriculate thousands of students this upcoming autumn, September 1st, 2022. And from all around the world, potentially in all 200 countries. That's an interesting challenge. We're seeking to provide more potentially engaging material than ocw.mit.edu, perhaps something like the more courses like CS First with Google at World University and School. And for this, we've reached out to Brendan Chan, senior computer science education Google person, and Peter Norvig as well, because they invited some asks, excuse me, of World University and School, and we've sent them these asks in February and in March, and are hoping to develop further. The third piece of news I'd like to share with you is that World University and School is interested in developing in courses for credit, bachelor degrees for play. Play in a new way might emerge post 1960s and 1970s, also re-envisioning education. World University and School would also like to develop courses that would facilitate joy or loving bliss, even emerging even from ocw.mit.edu, and beyond the engagement of CS First with Google at World University and School, learning the Scratch programming language. World University and School also seeks to develop a realistic virtual earth for surgery and particularly anatomy. So dissections also, individuals, so people's avatar bot electronic medical records as potential individuals within a species, and develop applications, computer programs, for even kinds of dissections with a film to 3D app at the street view level, but also at the cellular level, a film to 3D app, perhaps as a surgical tool too, at the cellular level and also at the molecular level. So turn it into 3D, the video capture, and then begin to work with the virtual reality, the whole cell, be able to get inside the cell, be able to get inside the nucleus, and even do further film to 3D surgery, if you will, from within the virtual cell, within the virtual nucleus, for example, within the virtual ribosomes. These are interesting opportunities in an interesting time of the information technology revolution. And World University and School would design these virtual anatomical dissections with film to 3D apps. It's part of a realistic virtual Earth for STEM and part of our planned 200 online medical schools and planned 200 online teaching hospitals also. So the fifth piece of news I'd like to share with you is that for learning and courses, another approach to further developing a physical, digital, realistic virtual Earth for robotics would be to begin to engage even amusement parks where, for example, kids could drive heavy machinery and let kids potentially do this with the 3 Lego robotics kits that World University and School is authorized to carry virtually. And also not only, and there's a new apparently amusement park in Texas called Katie's Dig World that offers various courses for kids and adults to safely operate real heavy construction equipment, including full-size Caterpillar mini excavators, skid steers, and UTVs through a partnership with Mustang Cat. And in what ways could World University and School even facilitate Lego robotics kits for driving virtual heavy equipment, and eventually for growing a generation of people who know how to do robotics with Lego kits, and then could drive heavy machinery on asteroids remotely for an expanding space program, for example. Interesting times and interesting possibilities here. Glad that the WUaS Corporation is carrying, is an authorized carrier of the 3 Lego robotics kits. We do 2.0, which is apparently retired, Lego Spike Prime robotics, and the new, or sort of Mindstorms, it may drop the EV3 appellation suffix. So another item I'd like to share with you is scouting for World University and School, and regarding Wiki World University and School and an United Nations educational project. Jim Sporer has kindly shared United Nations SDG Academy, Sustainable Development Growth, with MOOCs. And I've added this to the World University and School wiki subject page for this, and you can add wiki subject pages to wiki subject pages, such great resources. And World University and School is hoping and seeking to potentially build further collaborations, say even with the United Nations, if possible, thanks to Jim Sporer, who's a retired IBM innovation champion, as well as a retired Apple coder and patent holder, and similar. So the 8th item I'd like to share with you as news is world-class online libraries for World University and School scholars while traveling, and in the field especially. how to create world-class online libraries for WUaS scholars for when we are traveling. Could we bring all 200 countries' national libraries into digital form for matriculated World University and School students? Stay tuned. The idea relates potentially to my physical, digital, actual, virtual Harbin Hot Springs project in Northern California, where it burned down in 2015 in September. But if one wanted to do research about Harbin Hot Springs today, either in Middletown, close by to Harbin Hot Springs, or from somewhere else around the world, in the moment, in now, how could we do it? Well, one might be able to go to the Harbin Publications office in Middletown, California, Harbin Pubs, euphemistically, and check out their archives. One might be able to go to, so I have a small library. Could I digitize that by photographing the pages of all the objects in it? Possibly. And also, could we go to San Francisco State University Library and look at their collection of Harbin resources, Harbin Hot Springs resources, especially from the 70s, and digitize that and access it from the field? Similarly, does Lake County in California have digital resources? Stay tuned about how world-class libraries might emerge. I've explored this over the years. In developing World University and School, we talked a little bit about this in World University and School's open monthly business meeting on this past Saturday, 3/19/2022, which you can join, and are seeking to potentially collaborate with great universities' libraries as well. So that's a little bit of news. Hoping you're exploring online learning and teaching. And till next week, Monday, March 28th, 2022, worlduniversityandschool.org is the website. Meeting at worlduniversityandschool.org is the email address. twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH is the Twitter feed. And World University and School is newly able to upload videos to YouTube again. So this video recording will be available for information sharing and outreach. If you know students who want to matriculate, get in touch. Meeting at worlduniversityandschool.org. Bye for now.